What's up, guys? It's your boy Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to be reacting to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. My god, the amount of news over the past 24 hours has been absolutely ridiculous. Firstly, Min Raiola clients. He's come out in the Ligt and Erling Haaland are very likely to leave their clubs this summer, and Barcelona want to sign both of them. The question is, how can they do it? What they have to do? One of those things they have to do, firstly, is to sell players. Neto, Umtiti, Coutinho, Des, Luke de Jong, Demir, Ligt are all players that Barcelona want to get rid of in the winter transfer window. Not just the summer, in the winter. It's going to be next to impossible, but the club do have a transfer plan and transfer exit plan to get rid of these players, and they also have a plan to bring in players. The main two priorities, of course, are Fernando Torres and Edinson Cavani. Torres deal looking good right now, but the Cavani deal is starting to slow down. And lastly, we have some contract renewal updates for the first time in a while on Pablo Gavi, Araujo, and Ousmane Dembele, and the possibility of promoting Gavi and Nico Gonzalez to the first team in January as well. But before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button down below. Let's try to get to 200 likes in this video. It'll be very much appreciated. And also make sure you hit the subscribe button down below if you haven't already. And let's get into it. Let's start off with the transfer news over the past 24 hours. The first player that we've been linked with is Matthijs de Ligt, the Juventus Dutch center back. Now his agent Min Raiola went on this outlet in Netherlands, talking about all his clients. He talked about de Ligt, saying that Matthijs de Ligt is now ready for the new step. He is thinking that too. So he is confirming that de Ligt does indeed want to leave Juventus this summer. Now, of course, he does have a release clause this summer of 150 million euros, which probably no club will pay for. But Sport have come out saying that Min Raiola has a plan to bring de Ligt close to Barcelona. He intends to renew the player's contract with Juventus, but reducing his release clause. I cannot see that happening in any way, shape, or form, but there also are reports coming in from Sport from Italy saying that Barcelona and Juventus' boards have indeed contacted each other about the Ligt situation. So, I mean, we're going to need wholesale sales to get this possible. I can't see Barcelona bringing him in and Holland as well, but he is the dream center back. We should have gotten back in 2018, but he went for the playing time at Juventus. If only he knew the injuries and the suffering that we had at center back, he would have joined 100%. It sucks. He is the dream center back, but I think in order to get him and Holland, there's gonna have to be a whole amount of changes at the club. I think probably one of them right now in the summer is possible. The question is which one. On Erling Haaland, Goal come out saying that Barcelona will try signing Erling Haaland until the very last moment. The money involved in the deal is not Barcelona's problem. The problem is the wage bill and La Liga's financial fair play regulation. So apparently Barcelona does have the money, and this also was kind of confirmed by Juan Laporta. The media asked him yesterday when he was leaving the club offices, does Barcelona have the money for Erling Haaland? And Juan Laporta looked at them and gave them a thumbs up. Take that as you will. I think Barcelona do have the money. The question is, of course, like Goal come out saying, fitting him on the wage bill. That's gonna have to rely on a lot of departures at the club. We'll talk about them near the middle of the video. But getting both these players in the summer is gonna be a difficult task. I think if Barcelona want to bring one of them in, it should be Erling Haaland for the marketing, and also we are more desperate for a striker than we are a center back right now. Although we do need a center back. We'll wait and see. I think one of them will come to Barcelona this summer. The question is which one. If we get both, I mean, give Laporta a statue outside the camp now. Now, Barcelona do not sign Erling Haaland. There is a backup option as that number 9, and it is Dusan Vlahovic from Fiorentina. Esport 3 came out in the name Dusan Vlahovic is on Mateo Alemán and Barcelona's radar, and Candacer came out saying that Xavi Hernandez appreciates Dusan Vlahovic a lot. His assistant have seen many videos of the Serbian forward. Vlahovic was offered to Barcelona for 18 million euros back in August 2020, but the club didn't contemplate. Blah. I hate hearing that all the time. Like, we could have signed a player a few years ago, but we chose not to. Dusan Vlahovic is the backup for Erling Haaland. He's going to be, like a lot of clubs want him. His contract expires not this summer, but next summer he'll be for free. He's already told Fiorentina, I'm not going to renew my contract. Fiorentina offered him the highest salary in the club's history. He turned it down. So he's going to leave Fiorentina. The question is, will someone pay something for him this summer, or will he leave next summer for free? He is the backup to Holland. I think he'd be a great option for Barcelona. He could probably come in on a 50 million pound deal, something like that, plus variables, of course. We'll wait and see though, but of course the number one option is Erling Haaland. If we can't get him, we could probably get de Ligt and then Vlahovic. That wouldn't be a bad operation for Barcelona. But again, Xavi likes Dusan Vlahovic a lot, and he is the backup for Erling Haaland. Now, it's quite clear at the club that the priority is to bring in forwards and maybe reinforce the defense. defense, but not literally focus on midfielders. But Gerard Romero came out saying that Marc Rojas and Corentin Tolisso environments offer the players to Barcelona. Now, in terms of these two players, I probably think if Barcelona had to pick one of them, it would be Roca. Of course, he's Spanish, but he is former Espanyol player, so maybe that would be turning up also a bit. But, Jutgla, who's doing really well for Barcelona right now, he's former Espanyol player, so I'm not quite too sure. I think Tolisso, of course, is a better player, but Tolisso has his injury record is absolutely horrendous. But these two players have offered themselves to Barcelona, and so far, Barcelona have not answered their calls quite yet. Another midfielder who offered his return to Barcelona is Elias Moriba. Gerard Romero came out saying that Elias Moriba has called the club to ask about the possibility of returning. Mate, when you leave Barcelona after what you did, we're not going to take you back 6 months later, especially on a loan deal. So I think Moriba, it sucks the situation he was in. He was influenced a lot by his agent and stuff like that to take the money at RB Leipzig. But nonetheless, midfield right now is absolutely stacked. Busquets, De Jong, Nico, Gavi, Ricky Puig. We have Pjanic out on loan. The list goes on. We have no room for midfielders, and I don't think any of these three will be coming to Barcelona anytime soon. But these three midfielders have offered their services to Barcelona. But let's now get into the serious transfer rumors. The two players that Barcelona want to sign in the winter transfer window that opens in about 8 days' time are Fernando Torres and Edinson Cavani. Mark have come out saying that Fernando Torres and Edinson Cavani are in Barcelona's priorities for January. It remains to be seen if the club can sign them or not. Barcelona and Xavi bet a lot on Torres for the future, and Cavani would be a short-term solution similar to Sergio Aguero. So let's talk about Cavani first. Firstly coming in, Fernando Polo from Mundo Deportivo. He's come out saying that Edinson Cavani's entourage says that Barcelona haven't contacted him recently, but the club knows that he's open to joining them. Barcelona admire his goal return, and Cavani knows that he has to be patient as Barcelona need to make some sales first before signing him. But Gerard Romero came out saying that Edinson Cavani as an option has cooled down at Barcelona. There are doubts at the club for the player's role in the team and for possible arrivals of Haaland or Vlahovic in the summer. So now the rumors are starting to come out now, even from England. They're saying that, look, Cavani has not talked with Barcelona in any way, shape, or form. Barcelona have not contacted Man United, and Man United do not want to let him go for free. They don't want to terminate his contract, and that is the only way that Cavani can come. We're not going to pay a single penny for a transfer fee. He has to cancel his contract with United. Right now, the Cavani stuff is looking like it's slowing down. To be honest, I think if it does hinder if it does have an effect on Holland or Vlahovic coming in the summer, I personally wouldn't do it. But as a short-term solution, I think he's the perfect option out there. Now for Fernando Torres, Fernando Porto from Deportivo came out in the position of Barcelona and Man City are approaching. The transfer fee would be around 50 million euros, and Barcelona want to pay that sum later. Fernando Torres is an express request from Xavi Hernandez. Personal terms are already agreed and signed. Gerard Romero came out saying that Fernando Torres' arrival at Barcelona is almost complete. There are only small details left in the deal. And Fabrizio Romano came out saying that Barcelona are pushing a lot on the Fernando Torres deal. He is the priority for the winter transfer window. Personal terms already agreed, no problem with that, but it's still not agreed with Man City. The price tag for Man City is 60 million euros. Barcelona are only offering 50 million euros. Negotiations continue. So we're getting closer for, Fernando Torres. Only 10 million euros separate us. That easily could be, touted out because, of course, Man City and Barcelona have a great relationship. Now, also in that report, Romano came out saying that Hakim Ziyech is an alternate option for Barcelona only in case they're not able to conclude the deal for Fernando Torres. So according to Romano, Ziyech is the backup for Torres, which very, very two different players. These kind of, Coutinho can play on the wings. Fernando Torres is a pure natural winger. Doesn't really make sense to me, but of course Romano's one of the best journalists in the world, so we're gonna have to take this into consideration. Looks like Ziyech is the backup option for Fernando Torres, but of course the priority is Fernando Torres and Cavani. Fernando Polo from Deportivo came out saying that Xavi wants Fernando Torres and Edinson Cavani at Barcelona as soon as possible. They are the priorities. The coach and the club want to have them in the squad for the Spanish Super Cup semi-final against Real Madrid in the Clásico on January the 12th. I mean, I would say right now, like 100%, there's a 0% chance that will happen. If we even have one of these players by that Clásico Super Cup semi-final, I would build a statue myself upon the Porta outside the Camp Nou. There is no chance, but again, the priority are these two players. Looks like Torres is going well, only few details left. Cavani is starting to slow down quite a bit. We could see one of those backup options come in, like, Hakim Ziyech, Alexis Sanchez, Aubameyang, if we don't get Cavani, of course, so we'll wait and see. But so far for these two players, it's on track. Let's now discuss the players who have been rumored to leave Barcelona over the past 24 hours. I mean, it's pretty much half the squad. Firstly, coming in from Gabriel Sanz from Mundo Deportivo, he's come out saying that Matthijs has drawn up an immediate action plan since the winter transfer window will be opening very soon. Barcelona's priority exits are as follow. Of course, Collado's already got out on loan. The main candidates to leave Barcelona in the winter are Coutinho, Umtiti, Dest, Luke de Jong, and Neto. Let's go on and talk about these players. Firstly, Felipe Coutinho. Felipe Coutinho continues to have a market in the Premier League. His agent have gathered interest from Liverpool, Everton, and Newcastle, and also Tottenham. Although they are yet to take any developing steps, Inter has also shown some interest as well. I mean, just selling Coutinho alone, like I've always said for the past few weeks, would be an absolute gold mine. His wages can be easily divided into, Erling, Haaland, Ligt, and one of Fernando Torres and Cavani easily. The question is, can we get him off the wage bill? I would highly consider, honestly, at this point, terminating his contract. Just let him go out for free, letter of freedom or something like that. We'll wait and see. Next up, Samuel Umtiti. Umtiti's priority is still to stay at Barcelona. He wants to leave if there's a satisfying offer for him on a sporting term, and Benfica cannot fulfill that economic demands. Other options are being considered as well. So again, unless Umtiti gets, a starting place in a Champions League team earning around the same amount of money, he will not leave. On Neto's salary is very high. It is classified as an unaffordable salary for a backup goalkeeper, which is 100k a week. Both his entourage and Barcelona find it difficult to find a way out for him. Spanish clubs cannot pay that money. English and Italian options are being studied. So again, for Neto, very difficult to leave the club because no one wants to pay his salary. We'll wait and see. 100% he will not stay in Spain. He could go out to England, maybe even Italy. Again, the club are trying to find some options for him. On Luke de Jong, Sevilla don't want Luke de Jong back, but they would allow Barcelona to loan him out somewhere else. We can loan out a lone player. Fenerbahce are studying the possibility of signing him, but he wants to return to his former club, PSV Eindhoven in Netherlands. Go wherever you want, mate. As long as you leave the club, I'm okay with it. You can go anywhere you want. I think Luke de Jong's exit will be very, very easy because he wants to leave. He's an ambitious player. He does not want to sit on the bench and, be getting all the hate from the culés. I think Luke de Jong will leave for sure. On Serginho Dest, Gabriel Sanz came out saying that Serginho Dest is on the market. Offers will be heard for him. Dest is not an essential player for Xavi Hernandez, and in addition, he also has a good market due to his young age. And right now, we are hearing from Gerardo Romero that Bayern Munich are back in the race for Dest. Of course, they won him in the summer that we got him. We won the race, and then last summer they submitted, I think, a 40 million euro offer, and Laporta rejected it, so someone could come in for him this summer or maybe in the winter. But right now we're hearing that the club are now trying to force sell him. He's on the market. If a good offer comes in, they'll sell him. If not, they are happy to keep him at this very moment. On Yusuf Demir, his loan will be terminated, coming in from Alberto Ro from Sport. He came out saying that he will not play for the club again and he will leave in January with a loan termination, sending him back to Rapid Vienna. So I think Koeman has done Demir very, very dirty. He should have been at Barcelona B, and Collado should be in the first team. Koeman rushed to conclusions. He saw one decent training session. It's like, freeze out Collado and bring in Demir. I mean, what I said to you guys since the preseason, he looks good, but we'll have to wait and see. I wasn't really that impressed with him. Looks like I was right in the end, not trying to flex. But nonetheless, Demir's loan will be canceled. So again, opening up a spot in the first team and a shirt number as well. Now, Lenglet has also been rumored to leave the club as well, coming in for Gerardo Romero. He's come out saying that Tottenham is interested in Lenglet again. The player did not want to leave for England in the summer and rejected Spurs' offer in the summer as well. We're hearing at the moment that Tottenham are offering around 20 million euros for Lenglet. I mean, what a steal that is. We should be all over that. So wait and see. There is some interest for Lenglet. We know that Tottenham are interested. We're hearing also Everton and also Roma as well. There is interest for Lenglet. The problem is that these clubs are offering low money and also offering loan deals. The club want to sell only. They rather keep Lenglet than let him go out on loan. We'll wait and see on Lenglet as well. But one player who won't leave the club is Frankie de Jong. Gabriel Sanz came out saying that Xavi considers Frankie de Jong fundamental and is trying to find his best role so that he can exploit his game. The club understands that he's in bad form right now as a result of the overall bad phase of the entire team, not because of him apparently, and the club do not want to sell him as of right now. So again, we'll wait and see. The club are saying that look, it's because the whole entire team is playing bad. That's why Frankie de Jong's playing bad, not because of just, him by himself. And again, we're hearing that Frankie de Jong's environment ensures that he is happy in Barcelona and that the current bad phase he's having in the team is temporary. I think Frankie de Jong deserves at least the rest of the season. Do not, crucify him or anything like that. We're hearing reports about some family issues right now that have been confirmed. I don't want to go into it quite yet unless it's confirmed. If you want to know what I'm talking about, go check out my Twitter. But nonetheless, I think that Frankie de Jong will be staying at Barcelona for this January 100%. And also in the summer as well, unless a big, and I mean big offer comes in. I'm talking like 85 million plus. Other than that, I think the club will keep him. But of course, we won't rush to conclusions. If he does play bad for the rest of the season, his departure will be considered. So overall, the main candidates that we've been hearing are very evident. Fernando came out in the priorities to get rid of Coutinho, Umtiti, Lenglet, Neto, and other candidates. Of course, Dest's possible exit is also on the table as well. And Dembele's contract renewal, of course, will be very important to open up space in the team. And Luis Rojo from Barca came out saying the exact same thing. The priority of the club is to get rid of Coutinho, Umtiti, Luke de Jong, and maybe even Dest. And of course, the renewal of Dembele will be important. And unless there are exits, Fernando Torres and Cavani cannot arrive. So of course we're gonna get rid of Demir very quickly. Hoyado's already gone out on loan. Luke de Jong's exit should be very easy. The question is for those big players, of course. Gerard Romero again came out and there will be at least 3 departures in January. Demir, Luke de Jong, and possibly Inaki Pena going out on loan, of course. Those are 100% done pretty much. And the club is also working on the exits of Coutinho and Umtiti as well. Like I've said before, and I'll say it again, if we get rid of one of these 2 players, it'll be more of a success than signing freaking Erling Haaland for all I care. If the club can get rid of one or both of Umtiti and Coutinho, I mean, I will celebrate. Of course, the main objective for this winter is to sell players, to bring in players. It's going to be very difficult. And of course, the sales are going to be the hardest part, getting rid of these big players on big wages as well. The club are ambitious though, and we'll wait and see how they do. Let's now discuss some contract renewal updates around the first team at Barcelona. Firstly, on the contract renewal of Pablo Gavi, firstly coming in from Barca. They've come out saying that Gavi's contract renewal with Barcelona has been delayed a bit. Negotiations are advancing, but very slowly. All parties are certain that the agreement will be reached very soon, but it's not expected to happen before the end of this year. Romano came out saying that Barcelona are confident of extending Pablo Gavi's contract. It is expected to take some time to sign and announce, but a new 5-year deal will be on the table very soon. And Mundo Deportivo came out saying that many clubs want Pablo Gavi. He has a 50 million euro exit clause in his current contract, but Gavi only thinks of succeeding at Barcelona, and his entourage always help him to keep his feet on the ground and focus on football, but his contract renewal is progressing. So of course we thought this renewal was going to get done a month ago. It is delaying quite a bit, but a lot of rumors have come out over the past 48 hours and that Pablo Gavi will renew his contract. It is taking a bit of time because a lot of details, and one of those details is of course trying to promote him to the first team. Having Miguel from AES came out saying that Barcelona are studying different formulas to register Gavi and Nico in the first team in January. Xavi considers it a priority to reward them and also overcome the limitation of having a maximum of 4 players from the youth team that can play at the same time. So of course Xavi in the press conference before the Sevilla game said that, look, I can only start 4 La Masia or Barcelona B players. So promoting Nico and Gavi will leave other room for Jude Kla, Abde, Alejandro Balde, and other players as well, Elias. So that's why they want to promote them. But of course, it's going to be difficult. Pretty much promoting them is going to be pretty much a new signing. We have to have short numbers, available spots in the first team. So of course, signings will be the priority. But if there is room, we will try to promote Nico and Gavi in January. And also, Matthijs Morita from Sky Sports came out saying that everything is well on track for Gavi's renewal. The current plans that all the parties will have a talk again after the holidays. Much more work is needed to be done for Ronald Araujo's contract renewal. So on Araujo, quickly, we haven't really started talking with Araujo in any way, shape, or form right now, but there is a mutual agreement that he will renew his contract. Of course, Araujo loves Barcelona, he wants to stay, but on Gavi, it is progressing well, and 100% his contract renewal will be the next one at Barcelona, and the club want to complete it as soon as possible because again, there is a big threat with his 50 million euro release clause. Any club can activate it at any given point. That's why the club want to tie him down to a new deal as soon as possible. And the final contract renewal update is on the contract renewal of Ousmane Dembele, and the deadline is approaching. Gerard Romero came out saying that at the club, they think that Ousmane is going to renew. Xavi wants him, the player wants to stay, and a replacement would be very expensive. But the agent has his doubts, and if Dembele does renew his contract, his salary will be lowered 100% at that base salary, of course. We're getting into crunch time now with Dembele. I think if we reach January, he does not renew, he will not stay. The clock is ticking. Of course, we have offered him that second contract renewal. He has not yet responded to the club quite yet, but the deadline apparently is supposed to be after Christmas. If he does not answer, the club are going to be like, you know what, forget about it. We're going to start planning now without Dembele. They'll start to consider whether or not to sell him in January or not. But again, Xavi's desperate for wingers, so we probably won't just sell him in January. That way he'll go for free in the summer. A lot of complications, but again, the deadline is fast approaching. The club are very optimistic, but right now, there's no telling whether or not he will renew or stay. Now, the final topic that I want to discuss before I end off this video is about the new shirt sponsor at Barcelona. Gerard Romero came out saying that Barcelona will soon sign a new sponsorship deal, which will help the club sign players. Again, this shirt sponsor deal is going to be absolutely crucial. Laporta wants to get the best deal and the best money possible. That's why he's looking into cryptocurrency sponsorships. Again, it will be 60 million euros per season, plus variables, shirt sales, trophies, all that sort of stuff. The club want to seal that deal as soon as possible because, of course, they have to tell Nike to do so they can print the new shirts for next season. It's getting close now, and of course, the most important part of the shirt sponsorship is the money, and that's not what's on the front of the shirt, because Barcelona need the money to improve the squad, sign some players, and make Barcelona great again. So that was my reaction to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and of course leave your thoughts down below in the comments on everything we discussed. The main thing I want to know firstly about Fernando Torres and Edinson Cavani. Who do you think will join Barcelona in the summer? One of them, both of them, or neither of them? For me personally, I'm thinking just maybe Torres. Secondly, on the Ligt and Erling Haaland. If we sell all the players that we have to sell, Neto, Coutinho, Umtiti, Lenglet, Des, do you think that'll be enough to sign both these two players, or no matter what, we could only afford one of them? And lastly, on the contract renewals of Gavi, Araujo, and Dembele, do you think they'll be done as soon as possible? You think he's going to drag out for the next few weeks again? And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Take care, and Forza Barca.